Hello everyone, my name is Nunu. Today we're back with F1 2018 career mode of the French Grand Prix in season number 3 with Forcing New. You can see it's going to be rain right for the end of qualifying, so that's around Q3, end of Q2 right there, there's going to be rain. So interesting enough for there, it's just about timing it. I think we got to go early out in those sessions to get a good lap time. You can see we have two developments that have failed, one ultimate and one minor. We don't have enough money, sadly, to redevelop the chassis development thing. It's just too expensive to redevelop that thing, but we have enough R&D points to redevelop the minor aero thing, so we're going to redevelop that one. It's going to be done in next week whenever we get to Austria, so hopefully a lot of performance changes right there. You can see it's insane, the performance charges. Renault and McLaren are almost as far ahead of us as we are of the back runners and the Toro Rossos and Williamses. We're just so close right there in the midfield, so it's going to be very, very dramatic there. Somehow we're still keeping up in the championship. Ricardo's kind of getting away from us, but let's get into qualifying here for Saturday and see how we do.
Welcome to qualifying for this weekend's French Grand Prix. The teams are making their last-minute adjustments before the lights go green, and the fight for pole position gets underway.
Alright, so here we are for Q1, and we're going to wait it out just till the end of the session, which I don't know was the right idea, because I don't know if you can see, there's a bit of rain in the air actually, and there's just pretty much no grip right here, and through the first sector we go. There is no grip, absolutely no grip. It's our first attempt. You can see how insane much understeer we get right here. And I decided to abandon the lap, so that actually means we get no lap time in Q1, and that means that we're out of Q1. We're going to be starting right from the back of the grid. We have no time at all right there, so it's a terrible qualifying session for us. Maybe a mistake, you could also call it the rain weather, but let's get into Sunday for the race and see how we do.
Welcome to Le Castellet as we return from across the Atlantic for the 2018 French Grand Prix. The last time Formula One cars raced at the circuit Paul Ricard, Alain Prost took Ferrari's 100th Grand Prix victory and the 42nd of his own illustrious career. That was 28 years ago, when half of the drivers on the grid today had yet to be born. And how, I wonder, will that legacy continue in the modern era? The circuit Paul Ricard then, a 3.6 mile track, 25 miles east of Marseille. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, with the main overtaking chance expected going into turn 8. Top speeds today should be around 205 miles per hour. As the drivers complete their preparations down below us on the grid, one man who's no stranger to the pre-race pressure is Anthony Davidson, who joins me in the commentary box today. Great to have you with us, Ant. I'm sure you can tell us all about what goes through a driver's head before lights out.
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle. And the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Vettel, Fernando Alonso and Bottas, Van Dorn, Raikkonen, Hülkenberg and Roman Grosjean, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Charles Leclerc and Verstappen, Ericsson, Stroll, Pierre Gasly and Sergei Sorokin, Hartley and Wang. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Alright, so a long introduction, 2 minutes and 16 seconds to be exact. You can see we're on the one stop because of course we have free tire choice of what time. We're going to go from the super soft to the soft later on in the race. But here we are on the grid, 27 laps around the circuit Paul Ricard. It's lights out and away we go. We get a great start right there, challenging Sergei Sorokin already. Lance Stroll right in front of him, trying to go down the outside of Gasly there. Everyone's got a tangle in the first corner. There's a bit of lag, and Hartley goes for the biggest dive bomb I've ever seen in this game. We get kind of a nose in on the Williams of Sergei Sorokin. We go around the outside of the Toro Rosso and the Williams. We kind of switch to the inside right now because we're in front of him. We're trying to go around there down the inside of Max Verstappen right there. 3 cars in one turn. He's still keeping his nose right in there. As Grosjean and Leclerc going side by side in front of us as well. It's Ricciardo and Magnussen actually right there. Now we kind of get a nose into Charles Leclerc right here, and we make it about contact, get onto the curb right there. So it's a dramatic start, but it's a great one. We made up 6 positions on the first sector or so, which is, I mean, it's a great start right here. But now Max Verstappen is right behind us, actually side by side with this. We have another Williams of Lance Stroll going around the outside, just 3 wide into the chicane. Who will get out on top? We'll try to take a line like in the middle of it all, but it's kind of hard to do when you're 3 wide into the corner. So eventually we get out on top. They keep battling down there. It's dramatic as hell. Well, here we are at the end of the lap. We've actually lost the gear though, so we get an insane amount of understeer. Max Verstappen is dived into us, and he goes out to the side of the track there. We actually lost the gear right there, which is you can see how much insane amount of kind of oversteer, understeer, unbalance in the car it gives whenever you lose a gear. The gearbox just seems to be one. It's still our first gearbox of the season, which I clearly forgot to change. The issue wasn't then qualifying, neither was it in practice session. But here we are. Lance Stroll trying to make the move down the inside of us. We keep it around the outside in this chicane, which is a very, very nice place to actually battle on this track. Lap number 2 out of 27. A nice kind of thing there. Stroll actually comes back at us. He's trying to go down the inside of this fast corner. We go side by side through there, but eventually he gets out on top of that one right there. You can see through this corner, it takes so different lines though. That could have gone very, very scary. We go for the dive down the inside. Alright, and eventually we get him. Here we are. We lose another gear. We lose the gear again there. And I think we've recreated the Max Verstappen thing right there. Lance Stroll has spun around. Here's a replay from his point of view. You can see we've lost that gear, so it kind of changes down 2 gears at once, which gives an insane amount of understeer. And he actually spins out. It causes a huge pile-up right there. Max Verstappen coming along, smashing into the back of them as well. So we've kind of done the same incident twice now, which won't look too good on the reputation. At the moment we're cruising around pretty much alone because all that battling and stupid mistakes right there has kind of made Charles Leclerc in front of us able to kind of get away out in front. Lap number 5, you can see they're actually battling Grosjean and Leclerc. So that means that we have kind of been able to catch up to them last couple of laps. So maybe we'll be able to get a move down the DRS start finish straight, or maybe even now we're going to go for the move on Charles Leclerc, maybe even Roman Grosjean. They're side by side through this corner right here. So much drama, so close to getting touched right there, so close to touching each other through that flat out corner. It's actually very undramatic when you're not side by side, but side by side that one can get very, very tense right there. Kimi Räikkönen here. We're just going to take a look at him because he's one of our rivals in this race. He's not doing too good actually. He's kind of inside of the top 10, but not too good. There's actually Lewis Hamilton locks up right there, loses a couple of positions to some of the other cars in the Red Bulls and stuff. Ricciardo's right in front of us. His championship leader, actually, surprisingly, is right in front of us. Here you have the replay of what was an insane freaking lock-up from Lewis Hamilton's side. It doesn't look normal that he's trying to make the mistakes. He's just a bit later. Kimi Räikkönen's going to make the move on him, but he locks up as well right there. These guys just can't drive, can they? There we are in the Force India going past him. So it's a free position from our side right there. You can see, first of all, Hamilton locked up, which allowed Räikkönen to catch up right behind him. Then Räikkönen tried to overtake, but then he locked up. So, insane lock-up this. There's actually a virtual safety car deployed, which I don't know what the fuck. We had a giant pile-up in the second lap. There was no safety car. Nothing happened, and there's a virtual safety car. Yo, Codemasters, explain please. Is this what you call esports ready? There might not be safety car there, but is this really what you call esports ready? I don't really know. Ricciardo's in the lead. He's on the one stop as well as us. I don't know if he got into Q3, but we're on the one stop as well. Actually, talking about the one stop, we're going to dive the car into the pits on lap number 9 out of 27 to come in for the soft tires. Kind of go on an undercut strategy on Daniel Ricciardo. I think he's going to come in very, very soon, to be honest. You can see that we rejoin all the way down to 9th, 10th. Will Magnussen just get through as well? No, he won't. We're actually just about to go side by side coming into the first corner. We don't hope that we won't. And no, we get him under acceleration of that corner, which is very, very nice there. We don't have to make any stops anymore today unless we get like damage or something. Kevin Magnussen, of course, as I said, he got right behind us there. We're actually just taking a normal line. He's trying to go for the outside move right there. Stupid move from him. He just clashed straight into the back of us. That could have been very, very dangerous. Sometimes these are kind of stupid, to be honest. But Kevin Magnussen right behind us. I feel like everyone's on the harder tire, on the softer tires than us. He's trying to make the move again right here. Everyone's on the softer tires than us right now, because then the two-stop, actually, we make a lot of contact right there with Kevin Magnussen coming into this very, very dangerous corner. We're still going side by side there. Valtteri Bottas right behind. Now, maybe he will get involved. Yes, he will, actually. Right there, Kevin Magnussen, he kind of gets squeezed out by us, but we still gave him enough room. Like, we gave him a buttload of room, so he got through to Kevin Magnussen. Now he's trying to make the move on us down the long stuff finish straight around the outside, but he locks up, so not a move for him this time. He loses a couple of position, actually, also to Roman Grosjean right there, so not too good for him at all. We managed to catch up to Sergei Sirotkin, who of course got through that insane pile right there earlier with just a bit of front wing damage. He kind of just gifts up on that one, and we get through into 9th place. In the lead at the moment is Daniel Ricciardo. He's still on the first stint, I think it is. I don't know if he's pitted yet. No, he's still on the super soft tires, so he definitely hasn't. He's going on to the soft later on in the race. There's still a potential of us undercutting him, but he is in completely clean air, so I don't think that will be. Fernando Alonso is quite a far away behind him. This is not live pictures, just to be said, like in comparison to each other. But he's quite a long, far way behind. Of course, he's already made one stop as well as Stoffel Van Dorn's teammate right there. So it's a McLaren 2 or 3 right now at the moment. Ricciardo's leading the race, and right behind them, you actually have a teammate, I think that is. Yes, Sergio Perez. So a great job from him right there. I don't know where he started, to be honest. You saw that in the introduction. Lap number 14 out of 17. You have Hulkenberg trying to make the move around the outside right there. We see if we come back for the switchback move, but we just can't carry the exit, carry the speed onto the exit. Actually, here, just a couple of corners later, we try to make the move for the outside. So already a pretty good battle with Nico Hulkenberg at the moment. I think it will evolve because we have the DRS down the long start finish, the long back straight. I mean, the Mistral straight, the very, very famous one. We don't even need to use Ridge and overtake mode to get past him. We're just cruising past him with that DRS right there. So now in front of him, Hulkenberg still trying to challenge for position. Quite a good battle we have established right now at the moment. A lot of respect for each other in the spell. Of course, we don't want to crash out any one of us. A lot of respect for Nico Hulkenberg. He's a pretty clean driver in this game, although I don't think there's too much difference other than the pace. He's actually trying to go for the move on us again right here. We kind of search in to take a late apex to the second corner, so we come back for the nice switchback maneuver, and we get him under acceleration there, but I think he runs a little bit lower drag than us, so he just pulls it out under acceleration right there. But you can see we have the DRS down the long stuff finish right. Alonso actually right behind us. He's made his second pit stop at the moment. Of course, we saw him out in second place before, so now he's gone down to 9th or 10th, I think that is. He's actually catching up to us, me and Hulkenberg, because we're battling it out. We keep swapping positions over and over again, which will, of course, interact our racing lines. He's actually right behind us right now. The slipstream, they were trying to go around the outside, but then we have a virtual safety car deployed for I don't know what happened. I think it's actually, yes, it is. It's our teammate, Sergio Perez, who was running great in 4th on the one stop or something, or 3rd, actually, been upvoted to 4th. He has a puncture on his front right, I think it was. Virtual safety car ending just a short period after that, so not too bad. I think either he got back to the pits or he retired. I hope he got back to the pits right there. But now we have Alonso Hulkenberg catching up to us. Alonso getting kind of boxed in right there. It was about to be 3 wide into that corner. We get a very, very bad exit off at this corner. So now we have the same exact incident again. They're trying to go so fast. They're an insane look right here. Insane view. Stunning right there. 3 wide into turn 3 right there. But eventually we end out the top of that little scrap right there. Alonso trying to get involved in it as well. We ended on top of that one because we actually run a little bit deep into that corner. So we kind of squeezed Alonso out to the side, which I think will be mad, but we just don't want any more controversy with Alonso. I feel like we've had enough for the last 2 seasons, and also this season actually, even though we're in completely different teams. I feel like there's more, but Hulkenberg there trying to go around the outside, but he locks up, loses out quite a bit on that one. Alonso, here you have a replay of what happened there. He just locks up and goes straight on because these are kind of stupid, to be honest. Actually, there looks like one other guy came alongside and hit it, but now you can see here in front of Hulkenberg, Alonso trying to go for the move down the inside of us here, down through the the flat out corner actually. Now we're going to try to keep it around the outside. Lap number 16 right there. We get close, we touch him. He just breaks in the middle through the corner. Get onto the curb right there. Leave him enough space right there. And he's taking us out. We've done a massive drift right there. Fernando Alonso, what are you doing? An insane save though. full opposite luck right there. Here we have a replay from Fernando Alonso's point of view. You can see he just kind of turned over to us right then. We did an insane view. This is kind of hilarious right there. But even more controversy between me and Fernando Alonso. I feel like every time me and Fernando gets close to each other on track, there's just controversy between us. We just shit. We haven't lost the gear right now, but I just kind of had to get back on track. I don't know if we got front wing damage for that one, to be honest. I think we did, because you can see insane amount of understeer. We get into the first corner right there, which will allow Hulkenberg to kind of get back at us, trying to move. We kind of tried to squeeze him over there, come back to take a full racing line for the outside of turn 3, which turns to inside of turn 4, turns to outside of turn number 5 there. We get onto the curb a little bit too much right there. Now Charles Leclerc is actually trying to get involved in that battle right there. So he's trying to make the move on us because we got onto the curb there, kind of got squeezed out, so he squeezes through as well. This is kind of like go-karting, to be honest. If you're close enough, the other one makes the overtake, you can just slip through right there, which Charles Leclerc did. But we're approaching insanely fast. We go for either side of Nico Hulkenberg right there, and we make the move. We was 3 wide into the corner. Hulkenberg loses out massively on that one. Now it's between me and Charles Leclerc, and eventually we out-accelerate him. 10 laps remaining. Who's going to take the battle for the last podium spot right here? Van Dorn is now getting involved as well. So Fernando Alonso's kind of gone out in front, but now his teammate Stoffel Van Dorn has got involved in this battle again as well. So, insane battle here. That's also why I have to excuse the video's length. I tried to cut it down. I literally did try to cut this video down. I just couldn't. It was over 25 minutes. I cut it down to just under 21. I hope it's fine. Sometimes there's episodes longer than others. I hope you'll survive. But here we are, Van Dorn going past us now. Charles Leclerc trying to go past us as well. So this battle is insane. This is what's filling up most of the video, to be honest. But we turn on the DRS, go up into overtake mode, not rich much because we don't need it. We're going to go for the dive down the inside of the chicane. We just run too deep into that corner, kind of, right there. But eventually we get the position back on Stoffel Van Dorn. But now Charles Leclerc somehow got involved and got past us, actually. So he's up into the podium position at the moment. If he can keep this one home, it will be a historical race for Sauber. But now here we are getting very, very close. Stoffel Van Dorn trying to get close as well. And this allows people right behind to get very, 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 very close to us, actually, and kind of challenge us. Here we are, Charles Leclerc touching a bit of contact with him, actually, there. Stoffel Van Dorn getting through. Now Vettel trying to get involved into this battle as well. No, it's Sainz. I'm sorry. Sainz trying to get involved into this battle as well. The other Renault, I don't know actually what happened with Nico Hulkenberg. I think he kind of got stuck behind and kind of fell behind. But here we are. We've lost out massively right now. Wins down in sixth place right now, catching up fast. This is Sainz here. Lap number 20. We're gonna go for the dive down the inside of Sainz, and we've touched with Charles Leclerc. And out to this, how we go. We drift, and another insane drift. Just a couple of corners before the other one right there. That one was purely on me. It was not anyone else's fault. It was purely on me. But here we have Fernando Alonso. He's got out in front of us. That mistake right there, I can kind of say it was my fault. I was only trying to overtake Carlos Sainz, but I also took it one on Charles Leclerc, which wasn't supposed to happen. But here we have Fernando Alonso, who's actually got out in front, who has an engine issue, and he pulls over to the side. It's a retirement for Fernando Alonso here in front with just 5 laps remaining, I think it is. Yes, around there. But here we have Sainz just casually driving by him, where he's actually locked up. Here we have a replay trying to overtake the Sauber of Charles Leclerc, and then actually the Sauber locks up, and then he hits the Renault and goes into the Renault, and then he locks up, and then he just parks his car there because, oh well, why not? Then we have Lewis Hamilton, who comes along and drives straight into the back of him and loses his front wing, because why not? These AIs are beautiful. Out in the lead is somehow Daniel Ricciardo, so we didn't manage to undercut him at all. He's pulled down an insane gap on second place, which is now Stoffel Van Dorn, because of course, it is Charles Leclerc, I think it is, because of course, we had a retirement from Fernando Alonso, and as well from Kimi Räikkönen here. This is the only frame I could kind of manage to catch of Kimi Räikkönen. He actually has a retirement as well, so that Fernando Alonso was, by the way, another free position. But here we are. Maybe we actually need to look behind on Sebastian Vettel instead of in front on Charles Leclerc, because he's catching up rapidly. Of course, you have these guys out in front who've managed to get away from us, because we got a bit of front wing damage for something I don't remember. But now Sainz tried to go for the move as well, coming into the chicane. Vettel kind of goes very, very slow there, so we get boxed in. This last lap of the race, we have the slipstream. We're going to go for the 2 cars on this flat out corner, get onto the curb right there, and into 4th place we go. An insane last overtake there on board with Sebastian Vettel. You can see we just got through, and he actually got out to the side right there, parked his car on the blue and black stuff right there. But here we are. It's the final corner of the race, lap 27 out of 27. No rain or anything throughout this race, but an insane recovery drive from 20th to 4th place, which I think was quite an awesome one. Of course, the one-stop strategy was with us today. Everyone was pretty much on the two-stop strategy. But that battle right there, I think we could have got a podium if it wasn't for that was it Charlotte Leclerc thing where we lost a bit of front wing. But here we are, full race results. Sadly, I actually got to skip. I skipped it, so I just have a short photo of the top 14 race results. I hope you can survive with it. It's not too bad at all. But we have lost the rivalry against Daniel Ricciardo. We don't lose any R&D points on it, which I mean it's fine. And you can actually see we kind of tend towards the rookie side, or we go a little bit more towards the rookie side, and we got the chance to now negotiate a new contract. First one, we kind of go way too much over it. Second one, we just go a little bit too much over it, but we get on the last and third attempt, actually by a buttload. You can see we got too much down, way too much down, almost half as much as we needed to. But actually, you can see we have 1,200 resource points. We're going to use them on redeveloping our ultimate development thing. So now we have a lot coming up for Austria. I hope it's going to be a good race. Right there, we'll be so much better in performance, but it's time to change all of the car. Literally all of the car. We're going to take new components, new everything in this car because it was so worn. But I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll just end out with a picture of the standings because I didn't show it to you before. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that bullshit. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.